Hello and welcome to our Rubank Elementary Method Book series for the tuba. This series is for beginner tuba players, young tuba players, or anybody who wants to get a little bit better on their fundamentals. Today we are on lesson 20, page 22, and we're going to talk about how to attack a note. Now, the beginning of a note is very important. Being able to start a note well with a good sound is so important for our job as a tuba player. A lot of the times our tendency is to scoop the beginning of the notes or to maybe even miss the note altogether, and we never want that to happen. Despite what you might think, the notes that you want to play do not start on the tuba. They actually start in here. So before we can actually play a note, before we can attack a note well, we need to have a clear idea of the pitch in our head. We need to be able to hear it in our head before we even think about playing it. Because if we're just relying on the tuba to do all the work, that's not going to go as well. It's not a piano. It's not just a press a note and it plays it for you. You have to work. You have to have the exact idea of what you want to do with the embouchure and what the note needs to sound like in your head before you even try to make it on the tuba. Now, along with that, once you have the clear idea of the pitch in your head, to have a good attack on a note, you have to have a good articulation. So as long as we're not guessing on the note, we will play the right note. And a lot of the times you hear tip of the tongue, top of the teeth. That's something that trumpet pedagogy, trumpet players, trumpet professors, everything have developed over time, the tip of the tongue, top of the teeth. But for lower notes on tuba, you may find out that TH, a th articulation, is a lot easier to make a good open sound with. That's not something that I want to go against anything that one of your band directors might say. I do notice for myself, if it's below like an E flat, below the staff, I do tend to do a TH. And so maybe on this first line, for example, it's easier for you to play that B flat with a da, 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 instead of a ta, 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 ta. That is just the simplest, easiest tip that I can give you to maybe make a difference. If that doesn't fix your attack note, then the articulation might not be the issue that you're having. One issue for attacking a note that is more common though is not using enough air. And I think that's a trend in playing tuba. I think a lot of your issues can be fixed if you use more air, but especially in articulating a note. If you're not supporting your sound, we've already discussed you have a clear idea of the pitch in your head. You're gonna come in with that clean articulation, but if you're not doing it with the support of your air behind it, the attack of the note is not gonna be what you want it to be. So everything you need to remember is to have a clear idea of your pitch. You want a clean articulation, support that note from the very beginning of the note, and most importantly, do not guess when it comes to this. Everything that I've given you is the tools necessary to play the note correctly, so please do not guess when you're doing this. Make a decision. Decide, hey, this is how that note sounds, this is how I play it, and then make the note, and you should sound great. Notice that we're still on cut time, so we will be playing this page at 80 beats per minute. This was basically just the very fundamental stuff you need to know to attack a note well. We can't really discuss anything else on how to attack a note until you understand these important concepts. But stay tuned for lesson 22 when we're going to go even farther into playing the beginning of a note as accurately as possible, because it's truly one of the most important things that I can teach you is beginning the note correctly. That's something that I hear a lot of students mess up on, and we're going to address it even further just a couple lessons from now. These online video lessons are great, but they don't replace one-on-one private lessons. If you'd like to take a private lesson with me, check the description down below, and if you're not in my area, online private lessons are totally doable. We can make a ton of progress just online. If you have any questions, comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Go make life musical, and I'll see you in the next one.